Coming up first, we'll take a look at your local forecast and then stick around for Weather Network news. We'll cover our top national and international stories. Now, an initiative began on September 26th to October 1st through CAA and Ontario Tire Stewardship. So you might be wondering what you're looking at. Well, essentially, your dead batteries, old tires, and used motor oil are just sitting in the corner of your garage, and they don't belong in the garbage or the blue bin, so they'll take it off your hands. An interesting way to recycle some of these products. In BC, we're still looking at more rain, but these were the totals that we had from last week into Monday early morning. Some of us picking up over 100 millimeters. And then to add on top of that, the additional rainfalls we could expect to see. Also keep in mind, it will be very windy along the coast of BC this evening as well. More details right now in your local forecast.
Your local forecast is brought to you by RE/MAX.
Weather news is coming up right after this local forecast.
This local forecast has been brought to you by RE/MAX. Now search properties on your mobile device. RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
You've made it just in time for your regional forecast. Happy Monday. Gary Archibald joins us in a few moments. He'll look at what's happening over the next 24 hours, and you have to be prepared for a little bit of rain. But we did not see a drop of rain over the weekend across southern Ontario. Temperatures were perfect for people to get outside and partake in festivals across the area. And we head to Barrie, where the second annual Great Canadian Beaver Race and Festival was being held at Heritage Park in Barrie, Ontario. Now, this is where they put about 10,000 beavers into the Kempenfelt Bay, and they race, and the winner, the first one to make it to the end, wins $10,000. So I'm sure that person went home pretty happy. Other conditions we were seeing in the area was the sunshine and, of course, the leaves starting to change color. This is in Waterloo towards Algonquin Park. The leaf change right now is between 90 to 100%, but towards Collingwood, it's closer to about 10%. So it depends on how far north we are. Gary has details on the active weather heading our way soon.
Huge spin of low pressure, Nicole, is sitting over the lower Great Lakes, and with that, the chance of isolated severe weather we're seeing right now, this being supper time in the city of London. Some showers and thunderstorm vicinity, thunderstorm activity, and that's likely to be the story right in here. It looks like Toronto's out of it, but the cloud cover is there. I wouldn't rule out the chance of a light shower through the overnight. But here's your spin of low pressure. It's essentially cut off from the upper levels of the wind stream, if you will, the jet stream that would give it its push from west to east across the continent. So with it spinning upon itself in this vicinity, the rains and cloudiness continues. And for southwestern Ontario in particular, the rains are steady over, I'd say, the next 24 to 36 hours. In particular, Windsor and Sarnia, Goderich, along the shores of Lake Huron. So here's the radar actually giving you the rains, and a huge dry slot means right in here through the upper Ohio Valley, we're actually seeing relatively clear skies, and a good southerly flow is going to raise those temperatures.
Their
by the way,
result is
18
limited to
degrees in the city of Toronto for the
25,000
morning.
cardboard
Gray
cutouts
skies,
of
but a 70% chance of seeing rains. They continue through the afternoon. A high of 20 degrees, which is seasonal. But note, some areas are seeing the cloud cover and the sunshine, a combination to the east, but in the central and southwest, some cloudy conditions and some shower activity. And then, of course, in northwestern Ontario, it's relatively clear, crisp, and dry. Not a bad looking forecast. Now let's take a look at that international story with Nicole.
Last week, we were talking about Typhoon Roki. It made landfall on Wednesday in Japan, just west of Tokyo, and it brought close to 450 millimeters of rain to some areas. Wind gusts were over 200 kilometers an hour, and there were concerns that Typhoon Roki could pose major problems for the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant, but the storm did not impact the area as badly as it could have. That's the good news there.
This long-range forecast is brought to you by TempStar.
Steady rains, that's the theme in terms of your weather forecast the next few days across central and southern Ontario. Huge spin of low pressure, it's cut off, so it's not getting a push. Jet stream carries systems from west to east across the continent, and this one's just sticking around. That's why we're continuing to see the rains. Chance of thunderstorms as well Tuesday into Wednesday. Some conditional improvement with some breaks. You'll see a mixture of sun and cloud throughout the region, but the rains are still in the area. Southwest to south central and pushing towards the Ottawa region, even southern Quebec. And then back into steady rains for Thursday, and it looks like Friday, still the chance of some scattered showers lingering throughout the region. Let's talk about some city forecasts for the city of Toronto. Note your temperatures cooling off to go along with the rains towards Friday. Saturday, 13 degrees. That's well below seasonal. Hamilton following suit. Tuesday's warm, relatively.
This long-range forecast has been brought to you by TempStar Heating and Cooling Products. Quality you can feel.
Hello, I'm Nicole Karkic. This is Weather Network News. The BC coast is being hit by a powerful windstorm for the second day in a row. Wind gusts have reached nearly 170 kilometers an hour offshore and just over 100 kilometers an hour near Comox. The storm has also brought heavy rain. As much as 90 millimeters is forecast by tomorrow morning. Some roads have already flooded, others are blocked by fallen trees. The storm has forced BC ferries to cancel several sailings and left homes and businesses without power. The majority of the outages are in northern Vancouver Island and the Lower Mainland. BC Hydro is working to reconnect more than 30,000 customers. The utility plans to have most of the outages restored this evening. Now, there's been a dramatic cool down on the prairies. Scattered snow showers are falling along the foothills in Alberta, and across the region, temperatures are half the values they were yesterday. Record-breaking highs were set across the region, including Edmonton, where they reached 32.5 degrees in the city center. It was their hottest day of the entire year, and that makes it the second year in a row the hottest day was after the official end to summer. Above normal temperatures have lingered in southern Ontario since the weekend, but signs of fall are creeping into the region. A few trees are already starting to change their colors. The weather the region had this summer should help to create a brilliant display over the next month. Climatologist Dave Phillips says it's a unique Canadian sight.
We're so fortunate in this country to have this color change season that we cherish. It's great for tourism, keeps everybody upbeat, because we know winter is not always a favorite season of Canadians, but the canvas is trees. And what the frame of that picture is the weather, the blue skies, the white puffy clouds, the brilliant sun, and it just absolutely makes those colors more brilliant, more rich to enjoy. And all the models seem to suggest that it looks like it's going to be warmer and maybe drier than normal, or at least near normal conditions for the rest of September and into October.
People in southern central Ontario looking to do a little fall cleaning or car maintenance will get some help from CAA. The Auto Club has teamed up with the Ontario Tire Stewardship to recycle old tires, used motor oil, and dead batteries. The week-long eco-friendly campaign aims to keep toxic chemicals out of the landfill and make sure materials that can be recycled get new life.
Once the CAA location collects the tire, it's sent to a processing location, and there is where the product is ground up into crumb rubber. And it's this crumb rubber that's used by Ontario recycled product manufacturers to produce products like shingles, floor mats, athletic flooring.
Canadian environmental initiatives are paying off. The World Health Organization released a study on air pollution today. Almost all of our cities included in the study had levels well below the agency's guidelines. But it was Whitehorse, Yukon that had the least at just 3 micrograms per cubic meter. Air pollution levels pose a health risk once they exceed 20 micrograms per cubic meter. Toronto registered 13, while Sarnia reported the highest level in the country at 21.2. But compare that to the Iranian city of Ahvaz at 372. Cities in Pakistan and India also ranked high on the pollution scale. Rapid industrialization, along with poor quality fuels, were blamed. And that's a look at what's making headlines in Weather Network News. Stay tuned for your local forecast. They do come up every 10 minutes on the 10s. And if you do get any magnificent shots of the leaves changing color where you live, upload them to our website, theweathernetwork.com. Details are on the first page. The Weather Watch continues.
Weather News has been brought to you by Red Lobster.
We build tires.
Local forecast is brought to you by Kashi.